Sam Sulek. So, he's not going to make it to 30? Well, according to some people, one person especially in particular, that's the story. Guarantees he's not going to make it. He isn't going to make it. He won't be 30. Well, my question is, why? Why? Because he actually looks good? Why? Because he's a successful bodybuilder? He's successful as far as building his physique? Building the physique that he's after? Is that what differentiates him from everybody else? How do you know how much shit he's taking or not taking? How do you know how much stuff he's taking? Did he tell you? Looking at his physique, do you look at that physique and say to yourself, well, that's got to be gear, grams and grams of gear. That's got to be ridiculously dangerous. Really? Do you know how much the young lad weighs? He's a 230 something, low 230s guy. He's low 230s. You know, there's a whole lot of guys, you know, using your train of thought or logic, there's a whole lot of guys that should already be gone then. You know, yeah, I get it that this stems from the reality that people are using so much stuff now that they are tearing themselves apart, man. They're tearing their organs up. They're tearing themselves up. And that's a guarantee. They're definitely doing themselves serious harm. And it's being put out there and promoted by so many people that really don't know what they're saying or haven't done it long enough to understand the full extent of the ramifications coming down the road. They're not really that far off. And so now people, they believe that it's the norm. Grams and grams and grams. People are talking about 3.5 grams, 5 grams. If you take 5 grams of gear, you're a fucking idiot. You whatever happens to you, you brought that shit on yourself. There's nobody to blame but you. You know, when you end up with a liver full of tumors and shit like that, or a failing liver, or failing kidneys, or any of that kind of stuff, man, you're not going to be able to thank anybody else. Nobody else had a hand in that but you. You know, when I was a little kid, we used to watch Roadrunner and Coyote cartoons, and they used to do some terribly horrible, violent shit. You know, blow each other up with bombs and rockets, and strap themselves. The Coyote would strap himself to a missile, or he would strap himself to a catapult, you know, and all kind of stuff. But back then, we didn't need to have a warning like, oh, well, you know, disclaimer, don't really try this, kids. You understand? So, you know, just because you're seeing that it's okay to take grams and grams and grams, and you think that's the norm now because people are telling you it is, they're lying to you and telling you it is, and some people are doing it, and they're going to pay the fucking price. They're going to pay a hefty price. You know, that doesn't mean you should go out and do it. Used to watch Tom and Jerry. You know how much horrible violence was in Tom and Jerry? I don't even know if they allow that anymore. The real old classic ones, I don't even know if they show them anymore, because today in our society we lack common sense. People are stupid, and people don't want to have any sense of self-responsibility. They don't want to own their own actions and behaviors. So any excuse. And it's not going to matter who you blame. You know, it ain't going to matter when you're on that organ transplant list, like some people that are out there on YouTube right now. It's not going to matter who you blame or what you blame or whatever else. You know, because it's too late. It's too late. You didn't take heed, you know, in the heat of the moment. There's all kinds of things you can do to provide for your health later. But you got to take those initiatives now. You have to consider that now. So I understand where this train of thought's coming from. You know, that people are killing themselves, blowing themselves up with all this gear. And so somebody would look at Sam Sulek, and when I look at Sam Sulek, I see a guy that's a 230-pound kid that's made outstanding progress, man. Really good progress due to consistency and determination. You know, he's determined. He's crossing the T's and dotting the I's. But everybody wants to say, oh, it's all gear, it's all gear, it's all gear. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I was considerably bigger than that, and I'm here, and I'm not even on any medications at all at 61. I'm not on high blood pressure medicine. I'm not diabetic. I'm not anything like that. Now, of course, I still put the work in. I don't lay back. You know what I mean? And just let myself fall to shit. I said I can't at this age because it'll happen. You know what I mean? I do cardio every morning, almost every single morning, almost. Easily 5 days out of every 7, some days 6 days, sometimes 6 days. But Sam Sulek, come on, man. There are a lot of guys today. I'll put some up here. You know, what about this guy? What about that guy? What about this guy? What about that guy? What about this guy? There are a lot of guys that just had, you know, were at it longer than he's been at it, had bigger, you know, they were bigger, they were heavier, in contest condition, and they're still here, and by all appearances and reports, they're very healthy. Very healthy. Very healthy. If you are a healthy person, if you're a healthy person, barring any kind of genetic abnormalities that you may have going on or lying in wait, you can get in and get out and get done what you need to do. And when I look at his physique, now I don't know if he's on grams a year, but if he is, he's foolish. Doesn't need to be to build that physique. Unless something's going on with his genetics are bad. I don't think that they're bad. I don't think that they're bad. You know, same person that predicts he won't be here to see 30 also thinks he doesn't have good genetics. He has great genetics. What do you mean he doesn't have good genetics? He's accomplished what he set out to do so far. Genetics haven't held him back or slowed him down at all. He has good shape. He has good proportion. He really does. He looks decent. He looks good. He's got really good lats. Good lats. Yeah, good V-taper. Pretty small waist, really. You know. But even me, I'm still here and very healthy. Very healthy. Healthier than most people. Healthier than most men. Healthier than most men in their 40s. That's for damn sure. Healthier than the dude that's talking this shit. Healthier than he is right now. And I'm 61 years old. So, how did I make it? You know? Well, either I wasn't taking grams and grams, even when I was 300 fucking pounds. I wasn't taking grams and grams. You know? Or I'm just an abnormality, anomaly. You know? Or I'm telling you something that's valid. I'm telling you reality. You know, you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. Sam Sulek had a goal. He has a direction still ongoing. And it seems like he's going right out there right after his goal, and he's accomplishing it. He's achieving it. 230 some pounds, dude. That's not, I'm sorry. He looks good. Because fucking bodybuilding, ideally, when it's done correctly, is an illusion. It's an illusion, man. It's what you look like standing up on a stage, in a lineup, and individually. But it has everything in the world to do with the silhouette you present. You know, waist is smaller, shoulders look broader. You know, waist is smaller, legs look bigger. All of that. Same dude, put a big fat waist on him, big bloated gut, not as impressive anymore. You know what I mean? Dime a dozen. And at 230 something, not yet ready to stand against the real big boys, not in any way, shape, or form, not from any angle. You know? But where he's at, for the stage of progression he's in, at his age, he looks fucking great. He's on the right path 100%. 100%. And that physique, again, don't know what he's on, but that physique, certainly I don't look at that and go, oh, that's grams of gear. Because I wasn't on grams of gear. The point I'm making is, that doesn't necessitate that he absolutely must be on grams and grams of gear and all kind of abuse and shit. It's absolute bullshit. Again, watch who you take your information from, man. So Sam Sulek won't make it to 30. I call bullshit. I call bullshit. Unless Sam's just a really reckless, and he doesn't seem to be. He doesn't seem to be. He seems pretty humble, pretty level-headed. He seems he's just enjoying himself and doing his thing, man. You know, just because he's a little successful at it. Come on, man.